Michael, it is awesome getting a chance to talk to you, but wow, would you have thought the last time when we spoke, when the weather was great and talking about the upcoming long weekend and all the specialties that you and Weber, have and, giving us the tips on barbecuing because it was the beginning of barbecue season and, you can smell it in the air, that we would have the world be what it is today. What a difference. Look, right off the top, I got to ask you, how are you doing and how's the family holding up as we are all dealing with the coronavirus outbreak and we're on lockdown?
Yeah, Rudy, well, just like so many others, we're just happy to be safe and sound. We're working from home quite a bit. Again, friends, family, and everyone out there, we just wish everybody to be healthy and again, staying safe. And if they can, maybe keep their grill on. I know that might sound a little tongue-in-cheek there, but I will say there are a lot of people spending this time, in their backyards, grilling, cooking more in their kitchens, more togetherness with the family. And what is the common denominator? It's food. Food is what brings everybody together. And so my message doesn't change much, Rudy. The world is what it is right now out there. But we still need to eat, and we still want to eat good food. And this is that time to fire up the grill. And we've been doing that, actually, Rudy. I mean, if I can, for the last 8 weeks, we've been bringing live videos from our homes, myself and Damien Chong, who work at the Weber Grill Academy, which is where we teach indoor grilling for everybody to take home and do outdoors. But we've been doing it from our own homes. And so live at 5 on Instagram, we do it Monday through Friday, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays on Facebook to bring in messaging of grilling to everyone.
Well, here's the thing, because we're going to talk a little bit about, grilling at home and things like that, because we always do talk about that. But the difference, though, is now if somebody wants to purchase a new Weber grill or barbecue, what can they do in this circumstance to be able to buy a new Weber grill?
Well, with the restrictions sort of easing up, as early as this week, they've been announcing certain restrictions to be lifting. And so there's a ton of options when it comes to the curbside pickups. The big box stores are all doing their bit. And this weekend, the mom and pop barbecue stores, the independent barbecue stores are going to be opening up. And so, everybody's going to have their own way of, practicing the distancing, physical distancing, social distancing, that sort of thing in order for people to buy their grills. But there's also online ways of doing it. Go to Weber.com and there will be, retailers for you to check out. And then in those retailers, they can, work with you on getting your purchase. Nobody wants anybody to be without a great brand new grill for the brand new grilling season. You know what I'm saying? And people are looking, Rudy, oh my gosh, this is the time where people are ripping off tarps off their grills and looking at them and saying to themselves, if I'm going to be spending 90% of my time in my backyard this summer, maybe I need to re-examine the grill I'm using. Okay,
now let's talk about some of the new stuff that Weber has. Is there something going on with smoke-free grill? What's this that I've heard about?
Smoke-free grill. Well, I can tell you we've got a smoke-fire grill. And that's
fire grill.
Yeah,
that's the one. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Heaven forbid we ever produce a grill that doesn't produce smoke, because where there's smoke, there's usually flavor. And so with that, we have beautiful smoke-fire grill, and it's our answer to pellet grilling. So for years, Rudy, we were born from the love of charcoal grilling back in the 50s, and then in the 80s, we perfected the gas grill there with the Genesis and whatnot. And so now, here we are, 2020, and we have our pellet grill. And what it does is it brings that awesome backyard barbecue to your own backyard. That barbecue you're used to maybe buying and tasting and enjoying, you can now produce in your own backyard without all the labor and the babysitting. Being that it's connected to Weber Connect, which is like a massive brain within the unit that pumps fuel into pellets, being the fuel, into the cook box and producing the smoke and cooking your food with the proper temperature, taking guesswork out of the grill game.
Can we talk about the Genesis series? Because I remember when I was there for one of the introductions, and I was amazed at what I saw. Can you talk a little bit about that and how it's been updated too, please?
Well, I want to give background to everybody listening out there. Rudy and I go way back. We roll deep. And what I mean by that is Rudy's been there for all those integral launches that we've had over the years. So, there was Spirit 2, there was the Genesis 2 launch, with Spirit too. I remember we were on that rooftop on King Street where we were launching it with Bob Bloomer and Matt Basile, and they were grilling head to head against one another. And you and I were, able to enjoy the food and just marvel in what they were grilling. But those two grills are, they are mainstays of our Weber family. Genesis, again, born in the 80s, that seems to be the most popular grill that we could possibly sell in a gas assortment. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Rudy, call me a nerd, but when I go traveling, I'll walk down city streets and I'll look on balconies from the city or from the street view there, and I'll see on balconies all sorts of grills. And it's the one brand where you can look at a grill and go, oh, that's a 1985 Genesis. Oh, well, that's a 1981 Weber Smoky Mountain Cooker Smoker. It is one of those brands where it's like collecting guitars. The grills, they never seem to go out of style.
Well, you guys know how to make sure that the grill is always in style. But, one of the tough things that's going on, too, is because, people aren't working as much as they can because of the situation. And maybe they want to get a grill, but they're thinking, I need to buy a very expensive grill. Do they need to do that to be able to get the barbecue on, or is there reasonable price grills that they can get from Weber that is still going to do a marvelous job for them?
Absolutely, and I have to say, I'm part of that group of people who are just fortunate to be able to be working right now, along with my wife, and so I'm very cognizant of people's wanting to maybe hold on to their dollars during this uncertainty, and with that, you can be certain that with a grill like a Weber Spirit would serve you well and bring you into the Weber family at a comfortable price point. And I think comfort is something everybody is wanting right now. So I would recommend a Weber Spirit. Longevity, you're going to get a great long life out of a Spirit, a Genesis, and again, it's not going to hurt your wallet. So that's what I recommend. And that's for gas grilling. That's gas grilling, and that's what a lot of people do. But if you were to talk to me about charcoal grilling, well, that's an expense that doesn't have to be more than a few $100s at best.
You know what? You just stole it out of my mouth, because my next question was going to be, let's get into some of the techniques, because I always ask you this question: what is the difference between the propane and the charcoal? Is there a difference? What is it?
Oh, sure there is, and it comes down to maybe how much time you have or flavor. Because I'll say this, I always have an extra 15 minutes in my life if I want the flavor of charcoal. And I want that flavor, that woodsy aroma on my food. It's this added ingredient that I just love so much and that my friends seem to really enjoy when I'm cooking. So with lighting of charcoal, you have to compensate for an extra 12 to 15 minutes of lighting charcoal before you can then properly preheat your grill. And then from there, get your food on the grill. So again, if you got extra 15 minutes in your life, and I hate to be cheeky again there, Rudy, but we have a lot more time on our hands these days. So if you want to get in touch with charcoal grilling, this is the time.
Okay, so this is the time. Next thing we always talk about, too, is some of the mistakes that we made, whether we're cooking steaks or fish. I know one of them is people who love to poke their food, and that really is a no-no.
Well, yeah, and with poking your food, that usually implies that your lid is up, and that would also sort of break another rule. I hate to talk about rules in grilling, but because it's supposed to be kind of a free-form sport. But with that, I can say, look at it and cook and keep a lid on it. Trap your heat and your flavor inside your cook box so that it envelops your food with more aromas. And so there's that. Don't poke it, because you don't want the juices, the precious juices, to fall out of your food, making your food less moist. What I do recommend, though, is people have a timer and a thermometer, and where you can get both of those and a whole bunch more in a gadget would be Weber Connect. All right. So, Rudy, it's taking the guesswork out of your grill game. It's like having a little me on your shoulder guiding you along your culinary journey at the grill. It determines, from you telling it what the weight of the food is. It then prompts you on how many times to flip, when to go sit down and relax. That's what Weber Connect is bringing to the grill game. And so if I can recommend timer, thermometer, keep a lid on it, and oil your food, not your grates, okay?
Okay, and we're talking technology, too. What about the app?
Yeah, so the app, Weber Connect. Where years ago we had iGrill, now we have Weber Connect. And it's just like I said, it's an app to your phone. You can monitor your food. You don't have to know donenesses. It's going to be monitoring that and telling you along the way when your food is ready. It's going to tell you when to flip your steaks. It's going to tell you when those ribs are not just fully cooked, but when you fall off the bone. So that's the kind of technology that we're in at 2020. I mean, technology in barbecue, it's constantly innovating.
Definitely is, too. There are folks out there who are vegan. What are some of the things that they can barbecue? And also, for the last, a year or so, or about a year and a half, the plant-based food was very popular. Is that good for barbecuing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, I'm a flexitarian. I don't know whether you knew that, Rudy, but yeah. I am. Everything in moderation, baby. And so on Mondays, it's not uncommon for us to have a Meatless Monday. And on that night, I mean, we could be looking at plant-based proteins like those burgers now that are all vegetarian-based or vegetable-based, I should say. I really like taking smoked tofu to the grill. It's like a bacon, a faux bacon when it kind of crisps up. And then just lots and lots of hearty vegetables. Again, why grilling in vegetables? The flavors are enormous that you get, once you come in contact with the cooking grate. I love my grilled vegetables, my grilled zucchini salads and all the rest. So, yeah.
If we're so used to everything that you mentioned about there, hot dogs, hamburgers,
love them.
Steaks,
yes.
Ribs. I mean, I would never have thought of barbecuing this, but I'm going to try it.
I think watermelon is that thing. I constantly see watermelon wind up as an item that photographs really well on the grill, but it must take on a dimension in flavor. I mean, such a watery fruit on the grill. Watermelon? So that's one I always look at. Perhaps this summer I'll perfect the watermelon on the grill. But honestly, anything that you can prepare in your kitchen, you can take to a grill. It's just sort of fandangling it. Perhaps you need a wok to perform the fajita night you normally do inside, or to stir fry on the grill using, again, like a GBS, a gourmet barbecue system wok.
Well, you know what? You and I could probably go on for hours and all the things that we can do. But you mentioned earlier, and I want to say it again, too, that you are doing videos that people can follow along. Where is that happening again?
Well, yeah, every day, Monday through Friday, as long as we keep working here at home, which looks like it's going to be at least a couple more weeks. We're going to be live at 5, Monday through Friday, Instagram. Go to Facebook Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, where we'll be doing also live demonstrations from our kitchens and backyards.
Okay, and also, too, once this is all lifted and we can get back together again, you talked about the Academy. Can you just give folks who don't know anything about this that, yes, there is a place where you can learn how to barbecue?
Yeah, it's a Shangri-La of grilling. It is the Weber Grill Academy located in Vaughan, Ontario, Canada. We suspended our classes, though, until the fall, where we will be monitoring the situation. And then hopefully, I can't wait to get back to teaching, Rudy. It's what I thrive on. I love passing whatever knowledge we have on barbecue to others. And so when you take the events, the classes, and the tour away, we're working out of our kitchens, like I said. But it's not nearly as exciting as getting in touch with the people.
Well, you know what, my friend? I'm just so happy that you're still doing what you're doing. You're still bringing people together. And no matter what is going on, we can still have our barbecues thanks to you and Weber. Websites, social media, where do you go to follow?
Well, yeah, Weber Grills CA. Weber Grills CA on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And you can follow me, Chef Michael P. Clive, on Instagram. Posting lots of pictures and good times. A lot of throwbacks these days as we reminisce about the good times a year ago.
Yeah, and those good times, crossing fingers, are going to remain. Thank you again, as always, and we'll definitely talk to you.
Oh, Rudy, thank you. Thank you, everybody.